So hi, everyone. I would like to invite Danny Roy, the CEO of LunikIT, our veteran Checkpoint partner in the past 8 years. Hi, Danny. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. And it's a great pleasure to be here today.
Thanks, same here. Great. So Danny, we invited you here for a short interview so you can spread the words all over the world about how is it to be a Checkpoint partner. So I organized a few questions for you. And I'm sure it's going to be fast and friendly. And if you're ready, let's start.
I'm ready.
All right, great. So Danny, can you please share with us a little bit about yourself, about LunikIT, and about your relationship with Checkpoint?
Sure. Well, my name is Danny Roy. So I'm from Sherbrooke, Quebec, Canada. So I'm the CEO and co-owner of the LunikIT company. LunikIT is security and MSP specialized for any SMB between Montreal and Quebec. So the major part of our client is between 5 and maybe 100 user. So we're all around all this kind of user. Our portfolio for now is a major part about MSP and security. So there's a lot of endpoint, email security, security gateway, and appliance. And we have also a team for any MSP and all the infrastructure part about server, networking, desktop, laptop, printers, and everything. So in fact, LunikIT manage everything for the SMB between 5 and 100 users.
Sounds amazing. Can you describe, please, the services that LunikIT provides and what type of customers your company serving?
Well, we'll say the market focus that we have is about all specialized professional office for the SMB, like for example, lawyers, any dental care or something that they don't have any specialized IT guys internally, but they need to have the same expertise to bring the security level for any small and medium business. We work with Checkpoint for the last 8 years now as a partner. But myself was a technical guy in the past before I owned the company. And I used Checkpoint 5 years before the start of the LunikIT company. So there's a couple of years that we work now with Checkpoint that we brought the all the infrastructure and the technology and the client offices.
So my next question was, how long are you working with Checkpoint? But it depends how you're counting. It's either 8 or 13, so very special.
Yep. So, but I just can add something about this one. So in the last 8 years, we are one of an MSP partner, the MSSP program with Checkpoint. So we manage everything on the security part of the client. So we take all the technology from Checkpoint and just put it on the client infrastructure.
Great. Can you share with us a little bit about what is the added value that Checkpoint solution has for your customers?
Yeah, sure. But as an MSP partner, we don't need to have multiple systems to manage our multiple I will say any learning that we need to have the exact part or to know exactly what happened on the client. So one of the major part is all the consolidated management that we have with all the Checkpoint product. Also the reason is because Checkpoint for now is the only one that have the same philosophy of the zero trust that we have, about to be sure that the technology would just came back and say, oh, we need to have the user experience better than the security. So it's the only one, and with the I will say the proximity that we have with our sales team in Checkpoint, and for now they are not just sales team, but they are friends during the past that we have with Checkpoint. So in fact, all the trust that we have for the Checkpoint company, it's a major part that the reason why we are always with Checkpoint.
Very proud to hear. I'm happy to hear that, Danny. My next question for you is, which Checkpoint products are being used by your customers?
Well, I will just split in two parts. So just before the pandemic and after the pandemic. So just before, we have multiple of endpoint and firewalls. So it's just all the security gateway with all the blade activated on the infrastructure. So and after the pandemic, we see a lot of moving to the cloud. So we have a lot of Harmony email and collaboration for now with all the Office 365 that we move from internal to the Microsoft. We also have some CloudGuard infrastructure as a service with the Harmony network that we have on the Azure part. So we have a lot of infrastructure that would move completely from on-prem server to the Azure for the SMB. So we have both of them, but we see a lot more cloud security about the Harmony endpoint, maybe a couple of Connect at this point, but with all the infrastructure, we do some endpoint and all cloud-based infrastructure.
Thanks a lot. And regarding the level of satisfaction from your customers, what are the feedbacks that you usually get regarding Checkpoint?
Well, at this point, we have pretty much good feedback. So, well, everyone say bad feedback we will receive every time, but when everything went smooth, when the deployment was easy, the client completely trusts of the system, so we don't hear not as much as bad. But for now, the client was completely satisfied with the product. So there's not much, we'll say, there's no much pain or problem with the deployment. We don't have any exclusion to do to be sure that the project works well with all the project and all the internal software that they used. And also they have a lot of good feedback about the Harmony email and collaboration for any spam phishing on everything that they don't have anymore that was they have before. But for now, so they're all good feedback that we receive from any of the product that we have installed.
So if we're trying to put it like in between numbers, how would you rate the simplicity of installing a Checkpoint appliance on a scale between 1 to 10, let's say?
Well, maybe I will say 9. Maybe it's over that I can say, and I can tell a 10 as we control all the aspect of the appliances. With all the SMB appliances, it's very easy to deploy and don't take as much time as under any vendor that we use in the past. And that one of the biggest matter part of why we are always with Checkpoint at the moment. So the deployment is very easy. It's very smooth for the client. There's not enough downtime, or so the product is really simple to deploy, and it's really quick. So maybe it would take about an hour to deploy at the moment a brand new appliance from going out of the box and connect all the cable and set up it. So maybe it was just under an hour to deploy it.
So I would take that 9, not because I'm not wishing for a 10, but I think that there's always something to learn. So 9 is very respectful. Thanks a lot. Danny, from your point of view, what are Checkpoint's main advantages if you compare us to our competitors?
Well, the simplicity of all the product. So also, if we take the major line of product that Checkpoint have, it's always the same minding behind any product. So if you know How the checkpoint guys is thinking and how the software was deployed is pretty easy to know the reaction of any of the other software that we install or any platform that we use to secure all the client. And at the moment, Checkpoint have a great portfolio to secure all aspects of the SMB that we have in our client bucket. So, and what can I say? So for now, as soon as we install the Checkpoint infrastructure, we know that the client can just sleep well as he doesn't have any problem or any big service failure, big service close up, or because the product works very well.
That's very good to hear. Danny, my last question to you is, if partners and customers are watching this video right now and you have the option to give them a message from you, what would that message be if they're considering joining Checkpoint?
Well, with everything that happened for now on the security aspect around the world, and all we see at each day that the company was encrypted or company has a lot of money, you can be sure that if you use the Checkpoint infrastructure for any aspect of the secure part of the client, you can sleep well. So we have one rule internal on the LunikIT company is all my technical guys, all my sales guys have pretty wide card, if I can say that, they can sell or install anything that they want in the client infrastructure, but the only rules that they have is they need to be sure that they sleep well when they install it, and we don't have any call back from the client on the morning that everything is down. So well, you can be sure that with all the Checkpoint infrastructure that was installed, so for the client and for any partner that they manage everything or they install it, you will never have a call on the morning that say that everything is down because the product don't do its job. So if you have just one thing to say about the Checkpoint infrastructure, is the simplicity, and you'll be sure that you'll never hear back that everything has stopped because the product app don't do this job.
So Danny, thank you very, very much. It's an honor to be a partner of LunikIT. And with a person like you in LunikIT, your customers definitely deserve the best security. So thank you very, very much. Stay safe. It was a pleasure hosting you here today.
Absolutely.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.